Where's the camera on this thing? Oh, there it is. Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for clicking on my video. So today the home project that I'm doing is I'm putting a shelving system on this wall behind me. Right now we're in the baby's playroom and we're just gonna put some kind of shelving thing for his toys and books and things like that. So if you've seen any of my videos before, you know I usually like to do a little drawing. So I'm gonna be putting a shelf, big shelf on top. I'm gonna build a bookcase. I'm gonna just make it myself. A medium shelf here, two little shelves, and then we're gonna put a little whiteboard that you can draw on and some buckets that we could put like markers and stuff. So that would be like bookcase like this, and then one big shelf on the top, a medium shelf right here, whiteboard right here, and then little shelf, and then a little bar right here with buckets, and so you can put his markers and things like that. All right, so I'm gonna get cracking. I'm gonna start with the bookcase. Oh, Jesus. So I'm gonna make that myself, and I just bought some of this melamine stuff, and I'm just gonna make a square and put some shelves in it. So I'm pretty much using melamine board for this entire project. So this bookcase here that I'm making, I just cut a couple boards, two boards for the sides, two boards for the top plates, and then I'm just nailing everything together. Voila, bookcase. So now that I have the outside all nailed together, I'm just adding a couple shelves. Same process, just cut a couple boards, line them up, and just nailing them from the outside. So I ended up having to screw it. The nails were just, they weren't holding. The melamine was too soft. The inside wood, it just wasn't grabbing. Everything was falling right out. So I ended up having to screw it in. And then same thing, because the nails weren't holding the shelves in place, I ended up getting these little shelf brackets and screwed them in place, and they hold it much better. Okay, now that the bookshelf is done, I'm gonna hang it. I had some track left over from my last shelving, so I just cut it to length, and I'm gonna screw that to the wall and then hang the bookcase using this to hold all the weight. So now I'm installing little L brackets on the sides. So basically that track unit that I had mounted to the wall, I'm going to hang this bookshelf on top of that, but then I need something to keep it to the wall. So the shelf, the track unit that I installed will keep all the weight, but then I need something just to kind of keep it tight to the wall so that it doesn't fly forward, whereas not actually holding the weight, just keeping it to the wall. So that's what these L brackets are going to do. So you can see there how that track unit is holding all the weight of the bookshelf, and then those L brackets are just keeping it tight to the wall so it doesn't fall forward. So now that that's on there, I'm going to start working on my shelving, and I'm just going to put in this first bracket here, this first shelf bracket. I don't know if you even saw, but this is actually it's what we call a Florida room, so it's like a three-season kind of room. So that's actually an outside wall, so it's all concrete. So this whole project has been, pre-drilling with the masonry bit and using tap cons. So it's a lot harder than it looks. It's kind of funny watching it now, seeing how simple it looks, but that's what I'm working with here. So once I have the first bracket mounted to the wall, in order to get the second bracket level, I didn't feel comfortable measuring. My ceiling was kind of unlevel, my floor was kind of unlevel, so I ended up just taking the board and kind of balancing on the first beam and then using the level to level it, and then making a mark where my second shelf was going to go, and that ended up working out pretty good. So there's the top shelf. So I'm gonna start moving on to the next lower shelf. So just kind of for aesthetics, I wanted all my brackets to line up. So what you see here is I have a level, and I'm just making a level straight down. And this way, when I put my middle bracket for the next shelf, it'll be right in line with that top bracket. So there's the second shelf done. So again, you can see how the aesthetics, I feel at least, make a big difference. I think it looks nice that those brackets are all in a row. I don't know if you could tell, even on the right side, the two shelves end the same. Their overhang over the bracket is the same. So I feel like little things like that just kind of make things look much better. So again, keeping with the aesthetics, I'm going to measure the distance between the top two shelves because I want that same distance between the third shelf so that again it all looks even. And I'm going to keep my brackets still right in a row. I'm going to keep my overhangs the same so that everything lines up. And just little details like that that I think make a big difference. This is 5 1/8. This is 5 1/8. And this. So just as part of my little touch-ups, I'm gonna cover this bare wood here. You buy this tape. It's just a tape, you cut it to length, and you have an iron. You iron it on and it glues to it. So I didn't know that before, but let's see what happens here. So they say you go just a tad shorter. Because I guess it kind of expands itself. Like that. Make sure that looks good. Okay. I'll get the iron. And then once you have your edge banding on like that, you're gonna have probably just a little bit of overlay here. You just take a very sharp knife. I think they make specific tools for it, and you just kind of trim it right along like this. Oh. Just like that. You can probably hit that with some sandpaper or something. So there's the finished product. I ended up just taking a whiteboard and nothing crazy, just screwing it in. But the one that I had was pretty small, so I ordered a bigger one. And then my original plan was to put another shelf right here and some buckets right here. But he had so many toys, we needed something there just wasn't enough storage. So I ended up putting this little toy thing there instead of doing all that stuff. But as you can see, now I have all that wall space, the bookshelf holds all this stuff, and oh my gosh, it's just still not enough storage. It's crazy. You never have enough. But anyways, I thought that was pretty cool. I was pretty happy with the way it came out and how it looks. So thanks again for watching, and I appreciate it. I'll talk to you next time.